Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors. My name's Tom Novak, and today we got a brisk evening. It's a cold one. Today is January 25th of 2022. It's 9 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 13 degrees Celsius. The wind chill factor is a minus 4 degrees Fahrenheit or a minus 20 degrees Celsius. Today, Scott Winter wanted us to try making artificial water. Then I'll show you my tree rose cactus update. Now the pot I'm going to use for the water is half land, half water. And then I'll show you my tree rose cactus is in a dormant state. But first, here's the pot. I found an old bridge I glued on from a broken pot. Now these are just from your pet shop, and I'm going to see if I can put them in here for artificial plants once I put the water in. And the water I'm going to make is out of, I couldn't find mine, and if I did, so I got the Fomawood glaze coat, so I'm going to see how this works for a high gloss finish. Now you got to do this in stages. You can't fill up the moat all the way, because it's not going to dry right and it's not going to look right. So I'm going to have to do it like in 3 parts. But it's going to take me a good couple of weeks, because when you do it, you got to let it cure for at least 24 to 48 hours before putting another layer on. So I'm going to do this in small stages, and once I get the water in there, then I'll show you how it looks. Because I can't do this on the air, because you got to really mix this. And who wants to see somebody sitting there mixing glaze? And I don't have a way I could say I don't edit my videos, because it's a tablet. It's just an old ordinary tablet. But that's what I'm going to try to do. And let me take this out, and so you can see the inside of the pot. That's got the drainage hole in there. So I was thinking of putting one of my tree rose cactus in there, because this way here I can water it sparingly, yet not damage the glaze on the inside. So that's thought. And as I get the water in there, I'll show you how I'm doing it. And I'm gonna have to clean up the pot a little bit, get some of this stuff off. Now here are my tree rose cactuses, and I think Morticia Adams from the old Adam family series would love the thorns on this thing, because she used to chop the heads off the roses and just put thorns in. So there, look at the thorns on this thing. But you can see in a dormant state, it's starting to get dry, and the branches are starting to wither, but it's still strong here. So what I'm going to do is, on these, here's my other one. You can see where the branch withered off, and it's starting to dry back. So I'm going to have to water them. That's a sign I got to start watering them. I've been watering them sparsely, but I'm going to have to give them a good soaking. Here's my other one. Now you're going to wonder what's all this white stuff on there. That's just diatomaceous earth to keep any ants out. But you can see how, there we go, how this one's starting to dry out. So I'm going to have to water it so that it starts to get rehydrated. But you can see the thorns on here. When they stick you, they stick you. So you have to be very careful with tree rose cactuses. And these are my cuttings. Now this one's coming out of a dormant state. And it's in the same north window as all the other ones that I wanted to sleep, but it's waking up early. So I'm going to have to give this some water too. And this one I thought I was going to use in a pot, because it's got a nice trunk after I get the water settled. But look at the thorns on it. So it's starting to grow too. So I'm going to have to give this water, and you can see it's going towards this to light. Now here's there's another one. But these are all cuttings. Now this one's drying out to here. It's going down to there, so I'm going to really have to water it, because it's still green on the bottom. Here's 2 more. This one's still green. So I'm going to have to start watering them. This one's starting to wither and dry back, so I have to water them. That's a good sign to tell you, hey, they need water. And this one, even though it's bone dry, it's growing like crazy. So I'm going to have to give this water too, and you can see the thorns that come up on them. So this is a good cactus to grow for some of you that would like to do bonsai. They're easier to grow. And what I'll do, and then you can just find little fancy pots, and to root them, this is just a fish food container with a hole drilled in it. So you don't have to have fancy containers to start with the pots. But what I usually do on these, to start them off, I start giving them a nice light spray because the soil is so dry and so compact. Let me pull this back more. It's so dry and compact that the water, if you try to water on the top, it's not going to go through. Here, let me put this in closer so you can see it and you don't have to look at my back. There we go. So all you do is just give them a good watering, a good spray. And you get all that surface tension out of the soil. That's all you do. And this big guy here, I don't want to lose him. So I'm going to give him a good spraying. And that way there you get all the surface tension out. Now you could put this underwater, but this being a cactus, I don't want to do that because I don't want to rot the roots. If it was spring and a nice warm sunny day, I'd do that. But in the basement, I won't do it because the roots won't have a chance to dry out. But that's all you do just to get them to start waking them up. I mean, I'm not going to do them all, but this way here you can see what you got to do. So before the video ends, I'm gonna give them all a good watering so they can sleep or start to wake up. But that's all you have to do, and I think this one would make a fine candidate for, let's see if we can put it in. Take all these fish stuff out. If we put it in the pot, that might look pretty good this way. I don't know if you can see, but something like that, I think it would go good in here. Certainly with the thorns and everything sticking out, but I might have to cut the thorns so I don't get stuck. But I'll have to make a good fast draining soil, and the soil I got is the half fluorite and half sifted perlite. So that's what I usually use on these. And that I make my own because I don't have turf, so that's the cheapest way for me to do it. But for cactuses, that's good. And you can see the nice growth coming on it. It's small, but it's good. But the thorns, they're deadly. So if you get these, keep the kids away. So it might go this way towards the fishermen, or maybe towards the back, or maybe I can get it to stand straight up, something like that, and let it grow. We'll have to see. Now the hardest part, I have some artificial fish that I can put, but the hardest part is to make the pole, because, let's see, where's my, I don't have the pointer. But right here, his hand's holding, it's like going up this way. So if his hand was this way, I could have had him holding a fishing rod. So I'm going to have to figure out something to put here. Maybe a small corncob pipe, or put the pole in his hand some way, something like this, to pretend he's fishing and have a fish on the line. Well, we'll see. It's going to have to be a good thought process, or something for him to hold in the hand, and maybe just put the pole on the side here like it's stuck in a rock, And he might be holding a cup of tea. We don't know. We don't know. But it's something different. And all I did was super glue this bridge on. I had to use the tweezers to get it in there. But other than that, we're going to give it a good shot. Try it out. So we'll be doing this little by little. And I don't want to do everything and say, look, I'm all done. I got to give Scott a chance to start getting his stuff ready. So this will take probably a good month, just maybe about a week and a half to get the water in here. And for me to find some small pebbles and put in there. I might put the river gravel in the bottom and then put a couple of rocks in there. And then once I pour in the glaze coat, then I'll cut one of these little aquarium plants off and just sit it in or let it float and see how it looks. But that's thoughts. We're going to try it out. And we can't put this in a fisherman's hand because it'll look goofy. He could be holding that, but maybe out of these things I can make a fishing rod. We'll see. I have to look. I have to think. A lot of heavy thinking here. So today is Tuesday. It's a cold day. I'm going to make myself a nice hot cup of tea and probably catch up on some of my old videos that I haven't caught up on, and maybe put on a good old-fashioned movie or something different, something to listen to. I was listening to some of the old World War II songs that were making big, and pretty good songs. Now, I know I talk about ironwood, so if you got arthritis, this is a good ratcheting one out of all the ones I tried. And they also now make a smaller one for those of you with arthritis that can't grip the big one, and it's only good up to 5/8 ratcheting. But the coat is still on. Now, I buy my own tools. I got an apron ordered, and I'm going to try one of their file diamond sharpeners. Well, I'll show it to you when it comes in. But you still get 10% off your order, and they have a lifetime guarantee here in the States. So this is it. This is the best way I can show you. And I like the slogan, you know you're good when you buy ironwood. They're good tools, but something different. Have a cup of tea, relax, stay warm because it's cold. I don't know, it's a bone-chilling cold. I got to get out of the basement, even though I got some rubber mats on the floor. It goes right through into your legs. So you take care. Hot cup of tea coming up. Some old videos, old movies, old songs, whatever your pleasure is. If you want, read a good book. That's a dying art. People get all this electronic books. I like the feel of a book in my hands. So you take care, everybody. Have a good day. A good night. And relax. And enjoy the evening with a hot cup of tea and take that chill out of your bones. Take care, everybody.